Well, you know Bill Belichick quite well. What do you make of what he had to say today, and how do you think he really wants to use Tebow?
Well, first of all, I think that's vintage Belichick, what you see in highly stressful situations. What that was, I mean, he is going to deflect everything. That pretty much was Belichick 101, okay? You don't talk about positions. You don't talk about injuries. You talk about the player as being smart, tough, and hardworking. He always says when a player comes in, you get everything that player encompasses. That's all he wanted to focus on with Tim Tebow. And he will never repeat himself in press conferences also. So if you get another question coming that's just reworded the same way, it's, I just covered that. Or, I just...
that's a pretty good bill.
I answered that twice, and that's the way it is. I mean, I'm sure there are some players in the locker room now that maybe got wind of that press conference, maybe laughing, because we used to laugh at him certain times in team meeting rooms also.
In front of him?
Right in front of him because of the things he would say.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the kryptonite to Tebow mania right there, like I said earlier. Just deflecting all the questions that he knew the circle was coming. All the PR people up there with the Patriots, they probably had a list of different reporters coming. He knew the type of questions that were going to be thrown his way, and typical Bill, he just deflected everything.
He had to set the tone, though. I mean, the tone starts with Bill in the team meeting when he addresses the team in game weeks that Wednesday, of how the tone's going to be set and the message that he wants to send through the public message. But it starts with him, then goes to Tom, and then it goes to the captains of the team, and then everyone else pretty much falls in line with the same message. Now, players, I felt like when you get to be with Bill for about 8 or 10 years or so, you get to express some individuality, okay? I mean, you don't want to be a robot out there or anything like that. That was something I never wanted to be. But, I mean, although he's trying to set the message forth, you still can give your own individuality to it. But I think that's the way it's going to be with Tebow today. All the players, I think, the players that I spoke with, is like, hey, if he can help us win, so be it. Come on in here. But it's June. They all understand that, okay? And there's a long way to go before the season.
And I think the biggest thing, and Tedy would agree with this, it's one voice. It's going to be one voice, one message. Basically, what you hear from the players is basically regurgitated from what Bill has said, especially during the season on that Wednesday meeting. You're just going to hear the same
Is that by
message.
design? Does he tell you guys this is the message we want out there, now go deliver it? Or you just know that's Bill's way and you do it?
Well, Bill will also come in with clips of bad examples of players across the league that are highlighted because they pay attention to what's said throughout the league. We're not looking for this right here. Okay, you're not looking for it right here. You don't want to say what this guy said. If someone in the locker room said something, we were like, 99 out of 100, guys, and he'll talk about a player that possibly said something that he disagreed with. So he's very savvy that way in really trying to get that message and everyone on the same page.
Damien, we can now tell you, by the way, that Tim will wear number 5. He'll be wearing his old high school jersey, 15, of course, taken. Damien, if there is a team in the NFL that has a way, an aura, it's the Patriots. And if there is one player in the NFL that has an aura to him, it's probably Tim Tebow. And the two don't really seem to mesh right now. How will they come together, Tebow and the Patriots?
Boy, he has no other choice but to mesh with what I call the Patriots way, because really there was really no other opportunity for him outside of the Patriots. This is a perfect situation for Tim Tebow because it's great structure, getting great coaching, and then learning from a Hall of Fame quarterback. Tom Brady's not worried about, his legacy is already set. There's no question about that. Now he's going to essentially redshirt probably in this scenario right here. He'll essentially redshirt and learn and get the tutelage that he needs under Josh McDaniels, because we all know he's the one that drafted him in Denver. So he'll have opportunity to work on the mechanics and the final points of the quarterback in position. And I think in a couple years, he could be used as like a commodity asset. Maybe he'll play down the road. Maybe he gets flipped for a draft pick. We don't know what the plan is long term, but he's going to have time to develop.
Yeah, these coaches here in New England get intrigued by projects. Okay, they've had many projects there from Stephen Neal, who was the college wrestler, turning him into an offensive guard. Let's see if we can do that. Julian Edelman was a quarterback in college. Okay, let's turn him into a wide receiver. I don't think Tim Tebow is really a project. I'd call him more like a crusade. Because Josh McDaniels, this is his guy. This is his guy that he drafted in the first round. He knows him very well, and he feels like he can fix him. And when coaches get on that kick about trying to fix somebody and they think we can get him playing good football, I think Tim Tebow is on this team for at least a year. I mean, he is on this roster. They brought him in to learn under Tom Brady, like Damien's saying, but to teach him also, all right? They want to fix him and help him become a quarterback because they feel there that they can do it better than the Jets and a lot of the teams that possibly had him in their midst. They want Tim Tebow to play quarterback.
You said you spoke with some players. Was there any reservation at all?
There wasn't. They're used to distractions. All right, they drafted Chad last year. Okay, Haynesworth was there. They know that they have the leadership, which is very comforting. Okay, when the head coach practices what he preaches himself, all they want to know is Tim Tebow going to help us win? And at that third quarterback position, you don't expect much from that position, okay? Can he have a week or two where he can play a little bit and help on the field? Sure, but it's going to be minimal. I think they know it's going to be minimal, that Tebow's there to learn, and he's there for the long haul to try and teach him how to play quarterback and help the team later on.